Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Joe Mambu from Let's Be Real Sportscast. I'm here with my big dog.
Big Sherm, I'm here for you, my people, shaved head and all,
Word, right? Looking like Karl Malone. You know what I'm
without
saying?
the beard.
Circa 2000 and 2002, yo.
Oh my God.
What's going on, man? How you doing today? Happy Memorial Weekend. I know the world is not much going on, but you can still enjoy
Everything's
it a little bit.
frozen,
Everything is frozen. That's a great movie, 1 and 2.
and we can't let it go.
Okay, that was a good follow up,
Let it
man.
go.
That was a good follow up. All right, everyone. So this episode is called Aftermath of the Last Dance. Obviously, I wanted to do this episode a little bit different. For the past 4 weeks, we've been covering the Last Dance documentary, and we've been doing it by the episodes. But 9 and 10 wasn't so much. It wasn't that much interesting because we kind of knew where it was going to go. What I kind of wanted to talk about, though, in this episode was the aftermath because, you got a prolific docuseries like The Last Dance. There's going to be some people that it upsets. There's going to be some people who it praises, and there's going to be some animosity. And there's going to be things that you uncover later, and you read in articles and you watch videos that people weren't favorable. So I just want to talk about that a little bit. And Sherman, I'll let you start.
I mean, the document. I mean, 9 and 10, and then what they showed on Wednesday night, the replay of the Game 6 of the '98 finals. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, it was all anticlimactic because we already knew what happened, but it gave you an insight
Hmm.
into it's in the moment,
Yeah.
and let you become part of the moment, like
It was
what
like
it
an
felt like.
instructional video.
Right,
Yeah.
and plus Game 6, me watching it from when I was a kid, because I was a preteen when that finals happened.
Yeah.
It was like watching a movie within a movie within a movie. It
Yeah.
was a movie because Game 6 was like, oh shit, the Jazz might really push these dudes to Game 7.
Yeah.
They really might push these dudes to Game 7 and really have Jordan in the situation he's only been in since in the Indiana series.
Yeah. That was, you know what, though? Watching that kind of made me realize I totally forgot about that 98 Eastern Conference Finals. And when I hear Jalen Rose and Reggie Miller talk about it, even Bird, because Bird was the head coach, I was like, listen, man, this dynasty could have ended right there.
They had him on
What?
the
No,
road.
it wasn't 98, it was 97. I'm sorry. Was it? Oh yeah, Sherman, you got
Damn, son, run live TV, bro.
it's all right, man.
Damn,
You know the rules.
damn.
But yeah, that Eastern Conference Finals, man. I realized it could end right there, that Game 7, right? And listen, there was like episode 9 to me has some crazy stuff with like the flu game, which we found out is now the food poisoning game. There.
Listen, he was sick. I don't. It was food poisoning. It was whatever. He was sick. He ain't look right.
He definitely didn't. He didn't at all.
People said he was gambling. They said he was gambling out there, probably.
Whether he was gambling and drinking.
And all that stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's many casinos in Utah. They say there's not a lot of stuff to Utah. I've never been to Utah, but
No,
hey, maybe they.
Jordan.
But something was wrong with Jordan. Definitely.
Yeah, it's the
pizza.
food poisoning, pizza.
Well, they say they debunked. They say it's not true. So what the hell was it then? He ain't look right.
Was there people saying that it wasn't the pizza
People say
after the documentary, or what?
Yeah, they say it wasn't pizza. It wasn't poison pizza, nothing like that.
Oh, well, five
So what the hell?
delivery guys. That's a
lot of people deliver one goddamn motherfucking pizza.
Yeah. So listen, I'm going to take the documentary as it is, because listen, that's what they put, and I know Jordan had the green light a lot of this, and that was kind of about your time with your wife that you got your 3 kids with, and compare them to your new wife who you got 2 kids with. Like, nobody did that. So it's like, yo, Jordan, let's relax a bit. You know what I'm saying?
But in the time he was trying to get him to focus. Jordan was about pure winning. That's what that was, and he said it all the time. His
See, and I
focus was
think it
about
took a
winning.
toll. I think it took a toll on him, right? Like to be such a great winner, it's cool and all, but I think him wanting to win so much took a piece of his soul because he wasn't empathetic at all. I mean, the most
No,
empathetic. Yeah, he wasn't. The most empathetic he was to Gus, and that's because Gus was like a father figure to him, right? Gus was the head of the security team for the Chicago Bulls while Michael Jordan was playing, and during that season where Jordan injured his, I think he broke his foot or his leg. You know,
he was
Gus,
there every day.
yeah, Gus made sure he looked out for him, and like it was just like, you know, and Steve Kerr talked about it a little bit. Like they never talked about their fathers because you know Steve Kerr, his father passed away, and you know Jordan,
Overseas.
yeah, overseas, and Jordan's as well, and they never really talked about it. It was one of those things where it was like, yo, you really couldn't open up to Jordan. To the part, it was so weird when Jordan won his first championship and his teammates saw him crying. It was like it was crazy to even think that he can have that emotion because they just thought he was just about this one thing, you know,
But
and that was
but
just
it
winning.
but it was about what he went through when he won the championship in the first place. He had
Yeah,
gone through Detroit 2 to 3 years of just being beaten, and beaten and beaten.
yeah,
It was a mental grind for Jordan. And when he finally got past the Pistons, the Lakers were easy. And that
yeah. They beat him in 5, right?
5 games.
Yeah,
Jordan had a spectacular moment, and that's what started to grow the legend.
yeah.
You know,
Oh, let me see. Let me see these comments. Who's saying something? Who's saying something? Okay, I gotta go on the page.
come on.
Yo, my bad, man. Okay. I'm looking. But that's the thing. Hold on. No, I'm not saying anything. Am I bugging? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Marcus Brady said, "Bitch snitch." He also said, "I
About
100." He also said, "I 100% agree." Listen, yeah, man. Like, listen, Jordan was great, but that nigga ain't give a fuck about nobody but himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Even in this documentary, it's like when Jordan teared up, it was about guys not appreciating the way that he approached the game every day. Well, not the game, but the his mindset on how to drive his teammates to be better, right? Like they said, they won, and winning cures all. But the
and
problem, yeah,
but
go
they
ahead, go ahead.
but they also said it helped. Even though he was a jerk, he did all these things. It like to your point, it helped them win, and you can't replace that.
Yeah,
But in the background, like, damn, did he really have to go through all that? It's like a catch 22 almost. Like, did you really have to go through it? But when you went through it, it's like, damn, we reached the height. We reached the pinnacle of our goal.
yeah,
So it's kind of tough. And at that time, like I said, so if this was a social media era back then, they would have killed Jordan.
yeah. They definitely
They
would have
would
killed.
have killed Jordan every step of the way. The way they kill LeBron now, but not for him being a bad teammate, but for the winning and not winning and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
But you get what I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, this is one of the things, man. I know Twitter must have had a field day with the 5 weeks of this documentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming from like Jerry Krause and how he prematurely broke up that team. Freaking Rodman going to be a wrestler in the midst of a
The
finals.
final, hey baby, I remember watching
You
that.
know what I'm
That
saying?
was cool as shit, man.
You know what I'm
Shit,
saying? He want to be with,
Rodzilla.
yeah, Rodzilla and all that. So
Bashing
Scottie,
DDP, bashing DDP in the back with a chair, smoking a
listen,
cigar right after.
I hated NWO. Diamond Dallas Page was my guy,
Yes,
man. You
sir.
know, that was my guy. But yeah, so I mean, Twitter must have had a field day, and it was definitely funny to just to see the interactions between the other players. Like what I peeped was how professional Isaiah Thomas was when it came to calling the games alongside Bob Costas that Jordan played in.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? He didn't let the
the animosity of the rivalry get
Yeah,
spill into
yeah,
the commentary.
the rivalry, the dream team snub, like he didn't let that filter into his work. So
I
I definitely appreciated Isaiah to
I
about that.
was like, damn, is he gonna slip? Like back then, I didn't know, but like looking back on it now, I'm like, damn, is he gonna slip up and say it? Was he gonna sit there and be a little petty on the side
Yeah,
of it? But he wasn't. He kept it real cool,
yeah,
real professional, and he just
yeah,
drove forward. And he called it right down the middle.
yeah. He definitely did, and I respect Isaiah for that because it's easy to get caught up in your feelings, like most of this generation does. But he kept it professional. One of the things I want to talk about, because we are talking about the aftermath, so we're not going to talk so much about the episode, was just the Bulls players' reaction, right? Especially Horace Grant. And that was the thing.
Yo,
There were some things where freaking Jordan said when he talked about the book came out by Sam Smith and the Jordan Rules, and he was like, it was Horace Grant. Or there was times where he talked about his rookie season when he was like women, coke, weed, guys drinking, and Craig Hodges looking at him like, damn, bro, I got a whole family. Like, I know it was 30 plus years ago, but you want to throw me under the bus, man? Or even when he was in the locker room with Harper and Pippen, and they was getting dressed, and he was talking about the coaches giving them cigarettes at halftime, or drinking a whole half a case of beer, a whole case, 6-pack of beer, and I'm like, damn, Jordan, like you just. This shit just comes off easy to you, don't it? Like, this is the ultimate snitch shit. And you know what I'm saying?
so this episode should be called "Snitches Get Stitches," I guess.
Well, listen, Jordan is untouchable, so that's one snitch who ain't never getting a stitch, unless you the Indiana Pacers, which Jordan alluded to in that documentary. Man, that shit was always a battle with them Davis brothers. You had your Hall of Famer and Reggie
Rick
Miller,
Smith, Dutchman,
Rick Smith. You know what I'm saying? You had the point man and Mark Jackson. And
Jalen
listen,
Rose, a young Jalen Rose.
yeah, young Jalen Rose. They had a real chance to beat the Bulls in that game 7. But listen, man, that black cat, Jesus, black Jesus, you know what I'm saying? He just
Listen,
he
when
walk
you
on
get
water.
and he did not call him. He did not call himself Black Jesus. These were the players around the
No,
league
he
called him.
didn't. No, Jordan never called himself Black Jesus.
These were the players, like, because they were so amazed at how he played. Like, they've never seen him for that time, for that
Yeah,
era. He was
yeah,
doing things like how is he doing this? How is he doing? He was so athletic, so
yeah. What?
smooth with it.
Yeah, I think Jordan's vert was like a 46. I may be wrong, but I think his vert was like a 46. So, yeah, Jordan could definitely walk on water for sure. You know,
Moses.
ain't no doubt about it.
He
You know what I'm
parted the
saying?
Red Sea and all that.
He definitely did. So my thing is, man, like, how do you feel like now that the documentary is done? Like, what do you want? What questions did it answer for you, or didn't answer for you?
It didn't. We knew what it was already.
Yeah.
It just shined a light on the things we always had questions about.
Yeah.
How things went. The Scott Burrell thing. I didn't know he was dogging him like that.
He was dogging.
Like, look, we would have been fighting at some point.
But Scott was such a nice guy.
Right. See, and people will say he knew who to do it to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I definitely
He knew who to do it to. Yeah. I don't think you're doing that to Oakley. Well, back then, Oakley and them was like in the same class and all that, so it really didn't come off that way.
Yeah. Well, Oakley was his guy. So when they made that trade, I think it was for Will Purdue. I'm not too sure. I may be wrong, but when they made that trade, Jordan was pretty upset. But it opened up the floor. But go ahead, continue.
But for me, like we knew about the sneakers, how he transcended the league. And it really didn't. It really he's the Babe Ruth of basketball.
Yeah.
But that's how simply you can put it. This is put a rubber stamp on it, and then you hear that younger players. Today's players were watching this and have been inspired by this.
Yeah, of course, definitely. I mean,
they've been inspired by this, and they want to go out there and have that same type. Well, not the whole, fuck you, ho, and all this type of stuff he was talking about. I don't know all that.
Son, listen, I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
mean
you,
to laugh, but just seeing it now, I was like, damn.
yo, after the '98 loss to the Pacers, I think it was Larry Bird. He met Jordan in the hallway.
Oh wait,
Said "fuck you, bitch."
damn.
I was like, God damn,
Jeez.
this just must be the exchange at the time of the NBA because this
Uh,
shit was crazy, you know.
But that's how it was in that era of basketball. That's how it was. They were trash, but they were still cool. Well, some of them were still cool, I guess. You
Yeah,
know, but that was the era of the time. But the Jordan documentary, but like I said,
basically, it was a Jordan documentary. You right?
it basically was.
Yeah,
It was a Jordan documentary in a sense. It's the
yeah,
last dance with Phil, and Phil was the only man to keep this thing all together. He does have
yo.
love for Phil Jackson too. He has much love for Phil
No,
Jackson.
he does. Look,
Much love for Phil Jackson.
that was the thing
Not so
too,
much
man.
for Jerry Krause, but hey, when you
No,
try to destroy something that they helped build and work so hard and was underpaid for all that time, I guess you would
yeah.
have some animosity and stuff of that nature.
But that was the thing, though. Jerry Krause was like fawning over players when you had this championship dynasty. You know, he was fawning over Dan Marley. He was fawning over
Cool coach.
Tony Kukoc. You
He
know what I'm
calls him the
saying?
left-handed Magic Johnson, and of course that rubbed them the wrong way. I mean,
Yeah,
like how am I here? I'm doing everything. I'm winning you championships. We're all being successful as a team,
yeah,
and you're just gonna sit here and parlay this guy who hasn't proven anything yet on our stage and say,
yeah,
hey, deem him the chosen one.
yeah.
You
Listen,
know,
you
he
know
took
who
that
I,
hard.
yeah, you're right about that. You know who I feel really bad for though in this whole documentary after the
Who's that?
aftermath. Scottie Pippen, man.
Let me tell you something. Listen,
Scottie Pippen, bro.
what's documented was documented. He went out with a migraine in Game 7. He couldn't play
I mean, not
versus
even
the
just
Pistons.
not even just that, bro.
But it's documented. You can't be
Yeah.
mad at what's documented on camera.
Listen, my thing is Jordan calling himself is now there was one misstep that I didn't care for that Pippen did make, and that was in the game
Oh,
3
oh,
against
go
the
ahead, go ahead.
Knicks, right?
Mhm.
Where he chose where Tony Kukoc there was a play draw for Tony Kukoc, and Pippen was a little bit upset because, Jordan had left and Pippen is the man now, but they're
He,
still
he, he,
playing
he,
committee basketball.
he
Yeah.
thought this was his moment, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing behind it.
Yeah.
He thought this was his moment to like, all right, I'm gonna get the rock now. I'm gonna show that I can be just as clutch as Mike. And then
Yeah.
when Phil said it's for Tony, he sat down. And I
Yeah.
said it. I said it last week. I said that's the biggest mistake. You cannot quit on your teammates in any way, shape, or form of that nature. Stay on
Yeah,
the
you
court, be a
can.
damn decoy if you have to, but you can't sit down and quit.
Yo, and that was the crazy thing. So the flu game, right? Like, and Mike is so dope because in the flu game, like he was sick and he was just like, yo, you know what? Like, if anything, I could be the decoy. Like it was a pivotal game 5, right, in Utah. And he was so sick that he told Phil, he's like, yo, if anything, I could be used as a decoy. And like people don't understand how powerful that is because for the most part of his career, Michael Jordan is like, yo, I'll do anything to win. Like I want to be the guy that brings us there. But late in his career, after he won a couple championships,
After the first repeat,
after the first three-peat, like he started trusting
so,
other guys. You know what I mean? Steve Kerr was one of them. Dennis Rodman, we found out he trusted him, after Scottie missed the 35 games, right, due to his injury, because he wasn't fucking up his summer, just like he said. So Jordan trusted his teammates. I mean, and you have some of that in the first three-peat where he trusted John Paxson. But it was just like just the detail that he has to the game, in which he knew like Byron Russell played on his toes, so he knew
yes,
how to attack him. He, earlier in the series against Utah, John Stockton came and stole the ball, and he knew that that's something that could be done again. So he talked to Kerr. He talked to Kerr
getting
on the
double
bench,
Michael in that point.
and he hit that shot, and it's just crazy. So we all know that Mike is a great player. The only thing that I have a problem with this whole documentary is the spilling of the beans, right? Especially by Mike, right? Like I felt like they interviewed Horace, they interviewed Scottie, Bill Wennington. What I would have liked to see is some stuff from Luke Longley. A little bit more from I like the stuff from Dennis Rodman.
They didn't want to do it.
No, I know.
Want to do it.
Yeah, and I understand that.
I mean, they tried to contact Karl Malone, and Karl Malone said he's not doing it. Why are you going to do it for? But it surfaced a couple of days ago of him talking about Game 6 and what happened. He said to him, man, listen, I lost Game 6. You know, I stand as a man. We lost it as a team. And he said he was never enamored with oh my God, it's Michael Jordan. Because Karl Malone said he was a bad motherfucker too, and he was. He was a bad motherfucker too.
Yeah.
He was out there putting up 25 and 10 year after year after year.
Yeah.
And he said he was playing the Chicago Bulls, not Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and that's listen.
I respect that.
Yeah. If you want to beat Michael Jordan, you can't look at him as the holy grail of the league, right?
Like Jesus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of just got to be in the present, being now. And I mean, Utah did that except for that one game. They got blitzed off the fucking map, 96-54.
A 42-point defeat. I've never seen nothing like that. I haven't seen that. Until the Celtics beat the Lakers, kind of like that.
Yeah, but listen, I felt bad for Scottie. My whole thing, I felt bad for Scottie. Yeah. I didn't care for how Jordan threw on the people under the bus. I wasn't a fan of that.
You know what I can like. Jordan's like Kanye, in of the sense.
Okay.
Like Kanye's a musical genius, a producer, super producer, can produce his ass off, but he just says some shit and does things like why? In this documentary, as people looking at it now, saying like Jordan, why?
Yeah.
Why Dog Scott? We understand why he did what he did. We were like, damn, you could have did another way.
I mean, I think that's just his personality, man. I think Jordan's not doing any harm. I think Jordan's like, this is 30 plus years, 25 plus years in the past, and like it doesn't hold any water now, right? These are mistakes that men made back then, and
you're supposed to learn from them.
Yeah, you're supposed to learn from them, but man, I surely felt bad for some dudes who was probably sitting next to their wife on that couch.
Gotta explain some shit.
Yeah, or they kids. Like some kids, like I ain't listening to you. You was doing cocaine. And, you know what I'm saying? 84. Like I ain't listening to you. You telling me not to smoke weed? You cokehead? Like
oh wow, Jesus, Joe.
You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
Well, I'm joking around, but listen, there's probably some real conversations happening like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we continue, RIP to Jerry Sloan, one of the most
yes.
hard-nosed coaches in the history of the league. When I was growing up, I seen him coach the Utah Jazz for that amount of time, and he was always in the playoffs, always had a shot. He was hard as nails, but he respected his players. You never heard one bad thing about Jerry Sloan. I never heard no
Darren Williams had a lot of complaints about.
No. Darren Williams forced that man to retire because there was no problems before that.
Oh, yeah.
You never heard even Shannon Anderson, Howard Isley, all these guys never had a problem. Stockton Lee never had a problem. You mean to tell me Darren Williams come on the scene now and all of a sudden Jerry Sloan just gone?
That's true.
Come on now.
Do you think? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you think the Bulls would have captured number 7? Remember that was a lockout season.
And that was and now if we're just gonna say that, he would have faced Tim Duncan.
Jordan had an injury though.
He did.
He had a finger injury.
Jordan was gonna play through that. Come on. Stop it.
No, I'm just saying he cut his hand on a cigar, and I get it.
You obviously you know about that.
Yeah.
You know about that, but
I cut my hand a few times on a cigar cutter.
But
not like Jordan though, because that nigga had a really bad habit of smoking cigars.
During his career, he had one. He had one right there, son.
I get it. It's relaxing, bro. I get it. Like I totally get it. Like anytime Jordan had a cigar, I wanted one. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, them shits are relaxing. And I know, Jordan must have had the creme de la creme of cigars. You know what I'm saying?
You hear
so
me?
I get it, man.
He had to pay for it. Like, yo, let me get that right there. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
it's all gravy. But back to your question. That year, Tim Duncan got into the league.
Yeah.
He was in the league.
Yeah.
And to me, that would have been a hell of a matchup.
Yes,
the
it
Bulls versus Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Sean Elliott versus those guys. I don't know, man. I'm going to surprise the people. I think the dynasty would have ended at that point.
You think so? You ain't think they have?
I have a high regard for Tim Duncan, and I didn't at first. I didn't understand ball like I do now.
Yeah.
Who the hell was stopping Tim Duncan? Who was stopping David Robinson? And it was like pick your poison.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have Pip guard Sean Elliott, but he's not really a true factor. You would have to have Pippen guard Tim Duncan, and he was going to be no match because Pippen was their best defender, one of their best defenders, and Jordan wasn't going to guard no goddamn Tim Duncan. Come on.
No, he wasn't, man.
The Pippen would have been their best chance, and if they would have brought back Robin, maybe Robin would have had something. But Tim Duncan was on another level because he was beating the bricks off of Karl Malone.
Yeah,
when he came into the league fresh, and he was beating the bricks of Karl.
New generation of power forwards, man. I just want to say,
and let me say this so people can hear me: the greatest power forward of his generation, Tim Duncan, a 5-time champion who was 5-1 in the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
he nearly matched Jordan.
Yeah,
6-0.
Yeah,
but thanks to Ray Allen, Jesus Shuttlesworth, that was not the case. Continue.
Yeah. I want to say this though. This documentary. Before we go, I want to say this. This documentary has been very interesting.
Good.
I can't wait to see what's the next one that's gonna be. You know, I'm waiting for the Kobe documentary because that's gonna be better. That's gonna be better than anything else in this planet.
It's coming.
But
they said they do one on Tom Brady, the fake GOAT, but I will not be watching that crap. Sorry.
Yeah, you know,
I won't be going on the blog doing no thing on no Tom Brady. So don't even look for it. Although, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm even interested in the LeBron James one when he retires. So
what's it gonna be about? 3 and 6?
Nah, it'd just be about his time in the league. You know, his first 7 years of struggle. You know, his time in Miami, and you know his time with the Lakers. I mean, I think that's the best way to break it down. And you break down from him being in Akron.
So Believe Land is already done, right?
Huh?
But he has Believe Land, does he not?
Yeah.
He has Believe Land.
Yeah, he does. That's probably what they should call it. But I want to think.
Also, the Bruce Lee. Please watch that. Go ahead.
Yeah. But I want to thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Let's Be Real. We'll be covering some other topics. I'll figure it out during the week since the last dance is over. If you have any questions and comments, make sure to hit us up at lbrstalk@gmail.com. Check our YouTube channel. Just type in Let's Be Real Sportscast.
Spotify.
Spotify. Make sure to check out the Facebook page, Let's Be Real, or LBRS Sports Blog, where Big Sherm does a good job of filtering in the in-between stuff in between episodes. And that's another one in the bag. You guys have a nice Memorial weekend. And today's my birthday, bitches.
Happy birthday, bro.
All right, peace.